It's a big subject, big panel, big debate, and therefore I'd like to begin by saying that we are going to go into open debate round right at the start, by which I want to clarify that I'll not go through the first round. We'll go into straight debate right at the start. At the end of the first question, we can come into the debate without waiting for just a first mandatory round from everyone. I think that will make the debate more fruitful. I hope I have your cooperation in that, and I'd like to welcome very quickly all our guests, Mohammad Adib and Ali Anwar Ansari. Together in one side are the two MPs among the 65 who've written to the Obama government. Now there's Dr. Manoj Jha of the RJD, Hassan Jauhar from Ahmedabad, Abid Rasul Khan, Congress leader from Andhra Pradesh, Jay Narayan Vyas and Meenakshi Lekhi of the BJP for the diplomatic perspective, G. Parthsarthi. To Mr. G. Parthsarthi first, is it correct? Is there a question here, if I were to ask you, Mr. Parthsarthi, is it correct for members of parliament to take political disputes regarding issues such as the granting of a visa to an elected chief minister to a foreign capital?
Let me explain the procedure which is followed in this democratic country, and I'm proud of our democracy, with regard to the visits by state chief ministers abroad. Now, the procedure is for the External Affairs Ministry to facilitate the visit of any chief minister. The chief minister is not just an elected representative, he figures in the Indian Constitution. Now, I don't believe we should demean ourselves by bringing our domestic politics and washing our dirty linen in public in a foreign country. The Americans initially rejected the visa for whatever reason based on domestic pressure. But the fact of the matter is they normally reject a visa only when a man is convicted by a court. In this case, the investigations, including one by a Supreme Court appointed SIT, have not established guilt. Now, if you get into this business of playing your domestic politics abroad, then we demean ourselves as a fractious democracy. And let me tell you one thing, I have watched the growth of foreign policy since the days of Jawaharlal Nehru, since the days of Mr. Vajpayee, Mr. Narasimha Rao and Indira Gandhi. We never carried our domestic disputes to foreign shores. Having said that, I think Mr. Modi has been dignified, he has not responded to this. And I personally believe that we also get demeaned as an Indian if we appear too anxious about traveling to a particular foreign country. He's been to Europe, he's been to Japan. If the Americans don't give it, no big deal.
Point taken.
They rejected General Thein Sein, the president of Myanmar, a visa 6 months ago, and now Barack Obama welcomed him in the White House. So as I said, two things. One, the chief minister is a constitutional office. Unless a person has been found guilty, you have to order him, give him the due courtesies which any chief minister of India as an elected representative is entitled to. And secondly, for God's sake, let us not carry our more unseemly domestic disputes to foreign shores.
So I knew I'd start. I know I said by saying open debate right at the top, but then let's hear it from Mohammad Adib and Ali Anwar Ansari. G. Parthsarthi is not a congressman. He's not from the RJD. He's not from the CPIM. And he's saying this. What's your defense, Mohammad Adib and Ali Anwar Ansari?
And I'm not from the BJP either.
He's not from the... He's not from the BJP. Sorry, he's not from the BJP, he's not from the Shiv Sena, he's not from the JDU, he's not from a party, and therefore I really wanted to start with G. Parthsarthi, but that's a diplomatic voice. Are you embarrassing your own country, Mohammad Adib and Ali Anwar Ansari, by doing what you've done?
I don't know what Mr. Parthsarthi has said, but what I wanted to clarify my position, that we asked certain questions from Barack Obama administration, that why you have not given visa to our chief minister, elected chief minister for 10 years. And if you're going to give the visa, what conditions have changed in the last 10 years? Do you feel that Mr. Modi is now a clean person? Or you think your policy of granting visa to a person who has been framed as a human rights activist, as a human rights violation, you stop the visa. So this is my basic question to Obama administration, because we are no one who can ask anybody to give the visa, don't give the visa. This is not a question.
Sir, you have said you are a member of parliament. You are a member of parliament sworn to the Indian Constitution, and therefore, if the you have said
has not been allowed to enter in
no,
America on the ground of certain clauses of immigration
Sir,
which
you
they
are
are applying in
Sir,
America.
that's between two governments. That's
After
not
10 years,
okay. Let's
when
get there.
most of the people are in jail or they are facing trials
Okay.
or they are in
Meenakshi
court
Lekhi Jain.
cases.
Meenakshi
So what
Lekhi,
has changed? This is
Meenakshi
what we
Lekhi,
ask from the
letter says we wish to respectfully urge you to maintain the current policy of denying Mr. Modi a visa to the United States. And you are a member of parliament,
Exactly.
and that is what you have said. I am quoting from the letter. 12 parties, MPs, identical
Yes.
letters to Obama. You are telling Obama not to give an elected chief minister a letter. You are telling Obama to deny Modi a visa. So you are interfering in a due government
Why?
process, an
Because they
elected
have
member of
denied-
parliament. Meenakshi Lekhi,
Yes,
your turn to
because they
respond.
have-
Meenakshi Lekhi.
Yes.
Meenakshi
Yes,
Lekhi, let's
they
hear the
have-
other side.
They have denied the visa on
No,
Meenakshi Lekhi.
I'm making couple of points. The first, tell him to keep quiet when
Yeah, go
I'm
on.
speaking. The very first point is, why do Indian parliamentarians, instead of clarifying the exact position in 2002, go before a foreign agency denigrating their own constitutional post holder who happens to be a chief minister of a state in India and not in Pakistan or Afghanistan? Number one. Number two, there seems to be a jugalbandi of Congress along with the sleeper cells abroad and within the country, and precisely for this reason I think the British and the Mughals ruled this country. The next point I want to make directly to Mr. Adib is very simple, that this gentleman has said in his letter that it seems to be signed by Sitaram Yechuri and Achyutanandji, and both have denied signing. Why should criminal charges not be pressed against him for forging or fabricating the signatures?
Have any signatures been forged? Have signatures been forged, Mr. Adib?
This is the letter. This is the letter. I'm showing it to you, and whoever is talking to me, I don't know which lady she
Meenakshi
is,
Lekhi of the
and she
BJP.
is comparing the Mughal Raj and these things. I don't want to reply to her, but I'm telling you, this is the letter which has been written by everybody, and I am ashamed. She should be ashamed that
Ask
her
him
prime,
straight,
her
has
president
Mr. Sitaram
of a
Yechuri
national
signed
party
or not?
Of a national party begging for his chief minister's visa in America.
Oh, you should be
It's a
ashamed
shameful
of
thing on our
yourself.
part.
You have no business to represent
You
Indians
should be ashamed
because you
of
are
your
not an Indian,
president
and
of
you are
the
an
party
insult to the Muslims
who's
of
begging
Gujarat.
and requesting, please grant me visa.
Forget.
I think this is
Because
a very,
what the
very
president
serious
is
matter.
doing is setting the records right. You should be ashamed of yourself.
Ali Anwar
because
Ansari.
you don't know the facts. You are representing
Jay.
both the SP and the Congress, the most communal parties in this country.
Lekhi ji ko
Have you
choop
forgotten
karaiye tab
1980
na.
riots in Muradabad done by the Congress party?
Ali
Have you
Anwar
forgotten
Ansari ji.
1986?
No, no.
Have you forgotten Bhagalpur?
Ji, unko
All
chaya
done by the
karaiye tab
Congress
na.
party, and today you are
I am not
representing
forgetting
Congress and the
200
SP.
No, one second. मैं सवाल कर रहा हूँ. 1 second. I am asking a question to Ali Anwar Ansari. 1 second, please. 1 second. Ali Anwar Ansari जी, ये चिट्ठी आपने लिखी है?
जी
आपने ये चिट्ठी लिखी है, साइन की है आपने?
Ask him
नो, 1 minute.
whether-
एक मिनट.
He will not
आपने
answer.
चिट्ठी, no, एक मिनट.
मैं स्टैंड
आपने चिट्ठी कब भेजी?
6 महीना पहले भेजी
6 महीना पहले भेजा. जब
और
नहीं, कब भेजा?
उस समय आप लोग नोटिस नहीं लेते, तो हम लोग जर्नलिस्ट भी हैं, तो समय पर जब उधर से
नहीं, आपने चिट्ठी कब भेजी?
अदीब साहब कह रहे हैं,
नहीं, आपने
ये सवाल
चिट्ठी
तो
कब भेजी?
सुन लिया जाए, ये
We
सवाल
facts
तो
करते
राजनाथ सिंह जी से
नहीं, आप
पूछा जाना चाहिए
चिट्ठी कब
कि
भेजी?
एक पॉलिटिकल पार्टी के मेन अपोजिशन पार्टी के हेड होते हुए
26
जा
नवंबर।
करके चिरौरी कर रहे हैं, हाथ जोड़ रहे हैं, भीख मांग रहे हैं अपने नेता के वीजा के लिए, तो ऐसे समय में हम लोगों ने पुरानी चिट्ठी को फिर
अरे
से
तो
उनको
आप-
फैक्स किया है। हम लोग तो वीजा देना है नहीं देना है ये नहीं कह रहे हैं,
हाँ,
हम लोग कह रहे हैं
हाँ।
कि आपके स्टैंड में क्या चेंज हुआ, हम तो उनसे क्लियरिफिकेशन चाहते हैं।
आपकी चिट्ठी कब? एक
ये
मिनट,
सवाल
एक
आप
मिनट।
बताइए
हमसे
आपके
आप
स्टैंड में
पूछ
क्या
रहे
चेंज
हैं।
हुआ?
नहीं,
जेडीयू
सुनिएगा, ये
आपका
सवाल
तो
जो हमसे
मंत्री
पूछ
था,
रहे
रेलवे
हैं, वो
मिनिस्टर।
लेखी जी से पूछा जाना चाहिए।
नहीं, ये तो डबल स्टैंडर्ड्स हो गए। नहीं, एक मिनट, अली अनवर अंसारी जी, एक मिनट, अली अनवर अंसारी जी, एक मिनट, मेरा सवाल आपसे ये है, मेरा सवाल आपसे ये है, अंसारी जी 2 मिनट जरा मेरी बात सुनिए, ये काफी मैं आपको गंभीर सवाल पूछ रहा हूं, आप मेरी बात सुनिए, और इस पे मैं जयनारायण व्यास को भी अब टीवी पे लाना चाहता हूं ताकि वो रिप्लाई कर सके आपको। मेरा सवाल आपसे, ये तो डबल स्टैंडर्ड्स की बात हो गई ना कि आप बिहार में सरकार चला रहे भारतीय जनता पार्टी के साथ जून 15 तक,
हाँ,
और एक तरफ आप ओबामा को चिट्ठी लिख रहे हैं कि नरेंद्र मोदी को चिट्ठी मत, वीजा मत दीजिए। आपने कहा कि 6 महीने पहले वो चिट्ठी लिखी, दिखाइए मुझे चिट्ठी कहाँ है,
इसमें
कहाँ है 6 महीने
पहले? सुन लीजिए जवाब,
कब भेजिए आपको?
सुन लिया जाए,
26 नवंबर।
सुन लिया जाए, कोई इसमें कंट्राडिक्शन नहीं है।
नहीं, इसमें
उस
नीतीश
समय
कुमार का
भी
नाम क्यों नहीं
नरेंद्र
लिखा
मोदी के
कि वो
खिलाफ
गोधरा
हम
नहीं
लोगों
होता
का
तो ये
stand
सब भी
यही
नहीं
था।
होता, और वो
सुन
रेल
लीजिए।
मंत्री था
अरे आप मैडम
जिसने
सुन
डब्बा
लीजिए,
जलवाया,
जवाब सुन
आरपीएफ ने
लीजिए।
काम नहीं किया।
आप जवाब सुन लीजिए, आपको इतना भी पेशेंस नहीं है? जब हमको मौका मिला है तो आप क्यों बीच में बोल रही हैं? मेरा जवाब यह है कि उस समय भी हमारा स्टैंड था नरेंद्र मोदी का विरोध करना। बीजेपी से अलायंस होते हुए भी नरेंद्र मोदी के खिलाफ गुजरात में जाकर के हमारी पार्टी चुनाव लड़ी थी उनके खिलाफ। चुनाव लड़के उनको हराया।
I'm getting a response from no, I see a contradiction here. जयनारायण व्यास भारतीय जनता पार्टी के लीडर है, अहमदाबाद से आपको
नहीं दिया।
आप बात सुनिए, आप बात देखिए, सवाल यस गो अहेड।
Arnab, if you can please keep the house in order now.
I'm trying my best. Yes, go ahead.
I am amazed. If they were half as wise, they would not have exposed their scandal which they hatched 6 months back on the national television and much less on this show. That means right from day one, they were planning for separating out from BJP. Their attitude was that of a separatist. And in a process, they don't mind, I fully endorse what Mr. Parsathi has said. They don't mind washing the dirty linen of which is our internal problem, going to Barack Obama and begging before him. Number 2, see, let us understand one thing. As member of parliament, a member of parliament is that of the entire country. A member of parliament is that of an entire country. And therefore, when he writes anything, he is forgetting that he has taken the oath of allegiance to the constitution to maintain the integrity and sovereignty of this country. The Gujarat is a federal state. Chief Minister is an elected Chief Minister, democratically appointed by in the state. Constitutionally, he must be respected if you were to respect the sovereignty and integrity of this country. Now you are doing something in frustration, which you have done, and when it comes to the public, and thanks to the Times Now show, that now their lie is being exposed, that they concocted this, they hacked this conspiracy 6 months back, and now they are tom-tomming from the rooftop that we did it because we are journalists. Arnab, tell me which journalist worth his salt will do this?
Well, you see, right now I just want all the voices into the debate. Manoj Jha wants to come into the debate. The question is simply this, Manoj Jha, I don't know if in America tomorrow, Abid Rasul Khan coming to you, my question is, in America, will an American senator or congressman write to the Prime Minister of India, encouraging the Prime Minister of India to do something which will be disrespectful to the American government, or for that matter, to the democratically elected governor of any large American state? I mean, there has to be a point.
Very true.
There has to be a point at which you have to say this far and no further. We will not embarrass ourselves like this. And let us not forget, this country has had a tradition where Atal Bihari Vajpayee was asked by a Congress government to speak at the United Nations. From that to this, Manoj Jha, what are we bringing this country to?
Arnab,
no. You have. First of all, do you admit?
Completely in sync.
No, if you are in sync, then do you think Muhammad Ali and Ali Akbar
100%.
Ansari have done something wrong?
Arnab, I am in sync. Arnab, just let me make 2 quick points. I believe that we have a long, prolonged battle with right-wing political posturing of BJP, but I would not want, my party would not want America to be an adjudicator in this process. I mean, this is bad politics, this is bad diplomacy. We
There you
should
are.
not indulge in this.
There you are.
This is something, and I tell you, Arnab, and secondly, this is further going to augment the virulent communal posturing. We have had enough in last 15 days, puppy, burqa of secularism, Hindu nationalism, English should be removed, and so on and so forth. I mean, I think I'm dreading from RJD spokesperson that what shall be the next agenda from that particular party.
UPA ally, UPA supporter, UPA ally on national television criticizing this is very significant. I go to Mr. Adib. Mr. Adib and Hassan Johar, you're the only two members who are, and by the way, I must say that you're all very disciplined panelists because I thought it'd be open session, would be an open round. But Mr. Adib, what's the hypocrisy here? Mr. Adib, Mr. Abid Rasul Khan, my question is to you. No, Mr. Abid Rasul Khan. Mr. Abid Rasul Khan, Salman Khurshid says one thing as foreign minister and Congress MPs do one thing as individual MPs.
Can I
Abid Rasul
I would like to
Khan.
make it very clear that what letter, I'm responding to it. Let me respond. What I would like to say is the Muslims of India, or the minorities, Christians and Muslims together, really don't care whether the visa is granted or not granted. It really doesn't matter to us. But the fact remains that he has been denied a visa on human rights violations. The fact also remains that they have their national president going specially to USA to lobby for the visa. Now the second question is, if they are successful in lobbying, then they will go to European Union, where also the visas have been denied and there is a case booked on human rights violations.
So why did the Ministry of External Affairs, call the US deputy? Why did the...
No, he's telling a
others
lie.
have got a chance. I'm completing.
I'm asking a counter question to you.
No, you're making a wrong statement, Mr. Rasul Khan.
Let me complete. No, absolutely not, Meenakshi ji. Let me complete. I heard you patiently. Later on, you can retort to me. There's nothing like that. I'm making out facts here. And then its fact remains that their own chief minister in Bhopal doesn't want to put
I
a
will
poster.
answer you.
Unfortunately or fortunately, we have that man as a chief minister. So that doesn't mean that we
Then
have
my question to you
go
is...
down and listen to whatever he says.
One minute. Mr. Abid Rasul Khan, my question is to you and to Hassan Johar. I want to ask you, Mr. Abid Rasul Khan, will your government, will your party, or will you write a letter to Obama saying that Mr. Yasin Malik carries out several activities against the nation, takes a position which is very anti-Indian on several issues, right? Goes and sits on a hunger strike with suspect people with terror links with Hafiz Saeed in Islamabad, and will you therefore say to Obama, why don't you say, don't give Yasin Malik a visa? Will you say that?
Yeah, no. And the statement is, let me, I'm telling you, the statement, what I'm talking is my own statement. I'm not.
I am asking you a question. Will you say,
I'm coming to that. Let me answer. The fact is, I will never write a letter to US promoting anybody or demoting anybody. But it really doesn't matter if tomorrow you
don't dodge it. Don't dodge the question. Don't dodge the question. I am asking you.
I'm not dodging the question. I'm saying I will not espionage the cause of either Yasin Malik or Mr. Modi or anybody else. It's them. They have to answer it. Why?
No, because you are celebrating Modi not getting a visa. Are you happy with Yasin Malik getting a visa?
I'm not celebrating. I'm saying it's a fact that the whole world knows that he has violated the human rights and where all you.
What about Yasin Malik?
Are you
just as a case in point?
USA? Are you? Yes. If he has done wrong, he is also in the same boat.
So you don't think he's done wrong? You have any doubt about it?
Complete. And then you are going to lobby all over the European Union to get a visa for him, and you are going to get MPs paid.
Then what was your government doing? Then what was your government doing? It was putting up a cosmetic show for the cameras when the US Deputy Chief of Mission Robert Blake was called to lodge a protest. You were play acting. You didn't mean it. You didn't mean it. You call the Americans to lodge a protest.
I'm telling you clearly, we don't call the Americans to lodge a protest. We don't call the Americans to deny a visa.
Of course you call the Americans to lodge a protest.
Or not.
It's a recorded fact that you call the Americans to lodge a protest.
Wrong.
It is not wrong.
Totally wrong.
It is not wrong.
Recorded fact. I am not privy to that fact.
It is not. I'll tell you. No, I'll tell you.
My point is very clear.
No.
My point, it is, Modi is a liability to BJP also today.
You need to decide whether your government has a position, whether the country has a position, Congress party has a position, and let me tell you, sir, you're completely wrong, because my record is that the US Deputy Chief of Mission, Robert Blake, met the then Foreign Secretary Sham Saran for 30 minutes and explained the reasons for the decision for not granting a visa. And that protest was officially communicated. I'm not making up the facts here, sir. I make up no facts on the Newshour tonight. Factually, I'm not wrong on that. So you stand corrected, not me there, sir. And I take the question to Hassan Rohar. Hassan Johar, do you believe Manoj Jha is right when he says, despite being a UPA supporter, he's embarrassed about what has been done? About this letter. I'm coming to you, Meenakshi Lekhi. Yeah. Hassan Johar.
Well, thank you, and I'm the last one to appear in the first round. This debate has some bearing with what was discussed yesterday, how I wish I was here yesterday as well. Thank you for taking me in. I hope the lady who counsels patience has the patience to allow me
Meenakshi Lekhi is her name. Yes, please, go ahead.
Number one, if it is not proper for 65 members of parliament to appeal to a sovereign head not to grant visa, it's equally improper for the head of a national political party to appeal for a visa for a person whom visa has been revoked. And kindly remember that it's not just a diplomatic visa that has been revoked, it's even the ordinary tourist visa that has been revoked under their law. Our national party president seems to interfere with the due process of a foreign country in appealing to them to revoke the visa denial. Number two, some people have raised, perhaps the diplomat has questioned the propriety of this. Well, if due process of law were prevailing, this gentleman would have been behind the bars. Since propriety did not prevail, pressure must work. So I don't see much wrong in the parliamentarians appealing for continuing the visa ban. I will finish this and then...
No.
One more.
No, there are responses coming.
This gentleman has subverted... May I complete? May I complete? This gentleman has subverted due process of law in the name of an elected chief minister. How long can he have the rope? How long can he get away?
Sir, have you got not three responses?
Conditions, I deny that conditions have not changed. Conditions have changed. Between 2005 and now, conditions have changed significantly, with ministers going to jail, cops going to jail, several released on bail. A lot of more incriminating evidence has emerged against Mr. Modi, his culpability and connivance.
Well, that's a fairly subjective point of view. We're getting three reactions. Meenakshi Lekhi wants to respond, Janarayan Vyas. But I'd first go to G. Parthasarathy because I began the round with
answer these two people.
Meenakshi, I'll come to you, but I just want G. Parthasarathy to respond first because he responded to him as well, and then after that straight I'm coming to you. I want to remind you that the MEA spokesperson after the meeting with Robert Blake had said that the US action, and I quote, displays lack of courtesy and sensitivity towards a constitutionally elected Chief Minister of a state of India. If that is the view of the government of India, why do 65 MPs not believe in that view? That's our debate tonight. Mr. Parthasarathy, Mr. Hassan Johar directly responded to you and your point which you made at the start.
Let me say that I have served in government under every Prime Minister from Jawaharlal Nehru to Atal Bihari Vajpayee. We conducted diplomacy with decorum. We did not wash our dirty linen in public abroad. As a diplomat, I was not required to speak against opposition parties, and I wouldn't have done it in any case. That is the tradition of our democracy. Now, in this particular case, you have a chief minister against whom allegations have been made, but no charges have been framed, and he has been given exonerated by an investigative team appointed and monitored by the Supreme Court. Now, I'm not saying he's innocent or he's guilty. That's beyond my purview. But the fact is, this is the fact. Now, you have 162 members of parliament facing criminal charges. Facing criminal charges in court. Are you going to say they should be denied visas? I would think not. I would think they have a right to a fair trial. I would think they have a right to be convicted. So, let us not undermine our judicial processes by saying that in this particular case, the judicial process has been done. I hold the Supreme Court of India in too great respect. So let us not play politics. I also agree that it is not appropriate for political leaders to appeal for visas publicly. You want to discuss it and express your displeasure? Do so. But please maintain national dignity. We are the largest democracy in the world, and let us not do ourselves a disservice by washing our dirty linen in foreign shores.
Meenakshi Lekhi wanted to come in, but Meenakshi Lekhi, we want to respond now. I have a simple question here as a follow-up to what Mr. Parthasarathi said, and my question is on whether it's political. Muhammad Adib and Ali Anwar Ansari, let me ask you here today, the Americans denied Modi a visa in 2005. Ansari ji ने कहा कि मैंने चिट्ठी लिखा 2012 में. अब वो चिट्ठी तो मैंने देखी नहीं है, क्योंकि आप कह रहे हैं आपने चिट्ठी लिखा जब आप सरकार चला रहे थे बीजेपी के साथ. वो अजीब बात है. इट्स अ स्ट्रेंज थिंग, बट एनीवे आई विल बिलीव यू ऑन दैट. माय क्वेश्चन इज, नवंबर 2012 को आपको याद आया चिट्ठी लिखना, गुजरात के इलेक्शन के 2-3 हफ्ते पहले. यानी कि जो चिट्ठी आपकी थी, जो आपने 7 साल बाद लिखी, वो तो पॉलिटिकल चिट्ठी है. अंसारी जी और अदीब जी, इट्स अ पॉलिटिकल लेटर यू सेड बिकॉज यू वोक अप इन नवंबर 2012.
देखिए, उस समय जो हम लोगों ने चिट्ठी लिखी, उस समय भी प्रेस को रिलीज किया था.
नहीं, आपने
अब तो
7 साल तक नहीं लिखी.
आपकी बात है. और जहां तक हमारी बात है कि हम उस समय भी मोदी के खिलाफ थे. मोदी के खिलाफ
सरकार चला रहे थे बीजेपी के साथ.
मोदी जी को हम लोगों ने अपने यहाँ आने नहीं दिया. तो हमारा स्टैंड तो जो पहले था वो आज है.
नहीं,
आप मोदी जी का सवाल है.
ओके, वन सेकंड.
और फिर हमने कहा कि ये सवाल पार्थी जी जो कर रहे हैं, ये सवाल ठीक ही कर रहे हैं ना. ये सवाल तो राजनाथ सिंह जी से पूछा जाना चाहिए.
मीनाक्षी लेके आ रही. नहीं, एक मिनट,
दीजिए वीजा या नहीं दीजिए. हम लोग पूछ रहे हैं उस सरकार से कि आपका स्टैंड क्या चेंज हुआ. ह्यूमन राइट वायलेशन के बुनियाद पर आपने उनको वीजा नहीं दिया. क्या हुआ?
आपको ये
ह्यूमन राइट्स का ऑनर कर रहे हैं आप.
ह्यूमन राइट्स आप देख नहीं सकते थे. ह्यूमन राइट्स वायलेशन के बारे में 7 साल बाद आपको याद आई ह्यूमन राइट्स वायलेशंस. मीनाक्षी लेखी इज रिस्पॉन्डिंग टू. मीनाक्षी लेखी, यस प्लीज गो अहेड. मीनाक्षी लेखी,
Can I come into it?
You see, सबसे पहले तो मैं इनकी बात का जवाब दे दूं कि 2002 में अगर नीतीश कुमार सही तरीके से काम करते, रेल मंत्री का आरपीएफ सही तरीके से पोस्ट होती, तो गोधरा में 2 ट्रेन के डब्बे नहीं जलते. और अगर ये रिजाइन कर देते तो कम से कम लोगों का जो गुस्सा है वो ठंडा हो जाता, जो नहीं हुआ. और जो लोग ह्यूमन राइट वायलेशन की बात कर रहे हैं, उनको जरा 2012 का इतिहास पता होना चाहिए. जिस तरीके से असम के अंदर दंगे हुए, और क्या गोगोई को या प्रधानमंत्री को ये रिस्पॉन्सिबल समझते हैं. आप चुप रहिए जब मैं बोलूं. 1980 के अंदर मुरादाबाद के अंदर दंगे हुए, और उसमें कांग्रेस पार्टी के लोग शामिल थे जिन्होंने ईदगाह में घुसकर मुसलमानों को मारा. आज आप उनकी बगल में बैठे हैं. 1986 के मेरठ और इनके साथ जाके आप बैठे हैं. भागलपुर के दंगे आप भूल चुके हैं. ह्यूमन राइट वायलेशन, अगर 84 में सिखों को मारा, उनके ह्यूमन राइट वायलेशन आपको याद नहीं है? अगर ह्यूमन राइट वायलेशन का हिस्सा है तो सबसे बड़ी दंगेबाज सांप्रदायिक इस देश के अंदर कांग्रेस पार्टी है. किसी कांग्रेसी को वीजा नहीं मिलना चाहिए. और मोहम्मद अदीब से मेरा एक प्रश्न है. आई हैव अ सिंपल क्वेश्चन फ्रॉम मिस्टर मोहम्मद अदीब. हाउ डिड he defend Mr. Owaisi?
I am allowing Abid Rasool Khan.
Andhra Pradesh should be dismissed.
I am allowing Abid Rasool Khan to respond. Abid Rasool Khan is responding to you.
So much for secularism.
You listen to him.
From Mr. Abid Rasool, one more question. MIM, UDF, Muslim League are their partners in alliance. How are you a secular party?
Your whole people, they are saying it is dirty linen being washed.
Oh, you have no answer to my argument, Mr. Rasool Khan.
What are you going to wash out? No, I am coming.
Oh, forget. Dirty linen is, Congress party is dirty. It is the most unsecular party in this country. It's the communal party of India.
Gujarat is the only state where you have...
You've forgotten human right violation?
It is the only
human right. Oh, I'm sorry. Post that 2012 in Assam. Nelly.
It is the only state
Worst
where the cases
rights
have been
in
taken
Congress
out of the
regime.
state to a district by Supreme Court. What are you talking? And it is the only place where the Chief Minister has been denied visa, not only by US, but by the
Mr.
European Union
Rasool
also.
Khan,
And
that
you-
is
and
a
you-
tragedy.
and
So
your
you
own
don't
Chief
believe the
Minister
Supreme
removed-
Court, you
No,
don't
no,
believe
your own-
NHRC in
your
your
own-
country.
you believe your Prime Minister?
You want to go to USA where Tista gets
One second. Gentlemen, I'm asking Abid Rasool Khan a question tonight. Because he's the only congressman on the panel and he must take my question. And Abid Rasool Khan, my question to you tonight is please remember, for all that you say, I will now quote to you what your Prime Minister said. And your Prime Minister said that this is not, my question to you is at the end of it, please think about it. My question to you, which I'm putting before the court, is this. Do you, Abid Rasool Khan, as a loyal congressman, believe in your own Prime Minister? Or should I take what the Prime Minister says is irrelevant? No. Should I say that what Dr. Manmohan Singh says is irrelevant to the present-day congressman? Abid Rasool Khan, the congressman, the Prime Minister said, and I quote. The Prime Minister said, and I quote. The Prime Minister said, and I quote. You must. Let me quote the Prime Minister. The Prime Minister said.
No, but I endorse his view, even if you don't quote it also.
Well, his view is going to completely demolish your view. His view is going to completely tear apart your view. And his view is this. This is not a matter of partisan politics. This is the Prime Minister's quote. But rather a matter of concern over a point of principle. The American government has been clearly informed that while we respect their sovereign right to grant or refuse visa to any person, we do not believe, and this is very important because it substantiates what Mr. Parthasarathi said at the start. We do not believe, this is the words of the Prime Minister, that it is appropriate to use allegations or anything less than a due process to make a subjective judgment to question a constitutional authority in India. This is Dr. Manmohan Singh, 2005. My question to the congressman is today,
let me respond.
How is it not relevant today?
Let me respond. Okay, Arnab, I have said the same thing from the beginning, that we really don't care whether they is given a visa or not given a visa. As far as minorities are concerned, it doesn't matter. I am not one of the person who has written a letter, and I am the last person to write a letter for Modi to be given a visa. He holds no such importance in my view. He is just one of the normal human beings that we have here who has totally tormented the minorities, violated the human rights. And
how many letters have you written? How many letters have you written? How many letters have you written?
I have never written a letter. I will never write a letter on his behalf.
No. How many letters? One second. How many letters did the Congress party write?
I am telling you.
How many letters did the Congress party write about Sajjan Kumar and Jagdish Titler? Did you write about Sajjan Kumar and Jagdish Titler? Did you write letters about Sajjan Kumar and Jagdish Titler?
Kamal Nath.
Did you write?
Rahul Gandhi.
The question, I need to answer it.
You are not listening.
I have never written a letter for or against anybody.
So do you think Congress leaders should write letters about Sajjan Kumar and Jagdish Titler also about, have they written these letters in the past?
I am not privy to that information. I will not comment on that. My point is very clear that Modi does not require this much attention as far as visa is concerned. It is his
Manoj Jha
problem.
into the debate.
7
minutes into the Newshour debate. Manoj Jha is coming in. Manoj Jha's turn. Manoj Jha's turn to respond to you. Manoj Jha.
Yeah. Arnab, I mean, I'm completely I'm in agreement with the fact that we should settle political differences, as I said earlier, here in India, because when we take it out, we in fact create not only a bad perception, in fact we convey a very shoddy picture about how do we settle our political battles here. Number two, let me also tell, convey to Meenakshi Lekhi ji, anybody taking oath on Indian Constitution should also respect the fragile inter-community relations. In recent times, the kind of conversation we have come across from BJP, that's a dangerous.
Okay, we'll go to that. That's now Jainara and Vyas. I quoted the Prime Minister there.
I just want to ask
Meenakshi Lekhi 1 minute. Jainara and Vyas.
Arnab, what I believe is what we are debating and what was the intention behind writing this letter is entirely different. See, now it has become absolutely clear that this was a letter written by those who are desperate, frustrated, and who have seen defeat as writing on the wall. And behind this it is mentioned several times. It is neither US visa. They are not concerned. They are concerned about if US grants the visa, tomorrow the European Union will follow the suit.
Okay.
This is their concern.
What is more important?
And in a process, they want to demolish, they want to disrespect a constitutionally elected chief minister of the state.
My question, last question, 3 minutes.
For them, the personal biases
3 minutes
and
on the debate.
personal prejudices,
Hassan
they
Johar,
matter most.
Hassan Johar,
Their political agenda matters the most. The country comes at the end of it. Country doesn't matter for them.
My question is, what comes first? Hassan Johar, my question to you. Meenakshi, I will come to you. Hassan Johar, what comes first, national interest or political interest?
Well, I think this question does not even deserve a debate. National interest supersedes and includes political interest. National interest, of course, must prevail supreme. Now, nevertheless, if I may respond to a point made earlier, it's no more now a debate whether minorities have been brutalized. On the contrary, the debate is who brutalized more. I'm
That's
glad
our
that
process.
BJP now concedes.
No, what do you think Barack Obama knows about it?
All of them were heinous
You have no
crimes.
faith in our judicial system? You think Barack Obama has an understanding of the Indian judicial system? Meenakshi Lekhi.
We are only
Meenakshi
saying.
Lekhi.
No, we are only saying.
No, Mr. Johar is suffering from amnesia. He doesn't know the history of rights in this country.
Arnab, you are
From
asking me a
69
question.
till
Can I
2002,
respond? Since you asked
there
me
are
a question.
12 major riots in this country.
We are telling Mr. Barack
and
Obama.
almost all of them in Congress-ruled states.
Who is Barack Obama in all of this?
Go and ask for their explanation.
I'm sorry. I'm really sorry.
Explanation for Kokraza.
I'm really. No. Who is Barack Obama? Who is?
What are you going to get out of it?
Who is Barack Obama, for God's sake?
The Prime Minister candidate begs for a visa.
No. But who is Barack Obama? Barack Obama, we are demeaning ourselves. We are
not begging
Can I
for
answer?
visa.
Can I reply?
Meenakshi Lekhi is responding 2 minutes in the debate. The members of parliament are looking increasingly unhappy with the course of this discussion. Mohammad Adib and Ali Anwar Ansari. I will come back to you, Meenakshi Lekhi.
You know, very simple thing which I believe in is the Indian jurisdiction extends to Indian citizens. And if there was anything against Mr. Modi traveling outside the country, they should have revoked his passport rather than going to USA for denying him visa. The fact they are not able to revoke his passport, he has been traveling all across. He has been traveling to Japan, he traveled to China, and he has a pending invitation from European Union. Under these circumstances, I think this is just a political debate about America. What is so special about US? I fail to understand. And Mohammad Adib will answer me on the issue. How did he defend Owaisi's speech? And does he know the history of rights in this country, which are propagated by the Congress party?
Question is put to Mohammad Adib. That's the last reply on the Newshour debate. Mohammad Adib.
From 2005 to 2012, more than 5,000 riots have happened. And please clap for Gujarat. There has not been a single riot.
Let him reply. Question has been put. We're running short of time.
Whatever you said, because of these riots, we did not vote Congress and you managed to capture the power. When we see your actual face in 2002,
you are a common candidate between Congress and
not
SP.
Come to the power till 2014. You are not coming to this country because of your what crime you have did in 2002. Before that, in Congress regime, there was rights. We did
when
not
are you
support
going to
Congress,
pay for your
and
crime? That is the question.
Came up that way. This is the first question. The second question, you are asking about OIC. You are asking about this Ajmal party and party. Do you know which party is Bajrang Dal? Which party is Shiv Sena? Which party? You know anything about them?
Bajrang Dal
You
is
did
no
not
party.
ask anything about them. These
I
are
know.
the
I know
we're
about
digressing.
the Tamil Nadu
We're
Muslim
digressing.
League
We're digressing.
responsible for
These are the people
Coimbatore
who
blast.
divided the minds of this
We're
society.
digressing. We're digressing. I put that question to the
And you
viewers
are
tonight.
keeping quiet and
I put
saying,
that question to the
"Tell me
viewers
what
tonight."
his party and
Muslim
tell me
League.
Muhammad
in
Adib,
this
short of
country,
time,
after the
but I put that
independence,
question.
Mrs. Lekhi,
I put that
please try
question to the
understand.
viewers tonight, and Muhammad Adib, I will.
After this,
I will take their
47,
replies.
Indian Muslims never made
I
their
will
own
take the
leader.
replies of our viewers and
Always
share it.
select any secular
I
leader.
will take the replies of our viewers
Owaisi
and I will
is
share
secular
it.
for him.
I will share the replies of our viewers with the members of parliament, including Muhammad Adib, who have written this letter to Obama. So if you want to tell us what you think of this letter, you write it to us. We'll send your feedback to Mr. Muhammad Adib, Mr. Ansari and all the other 65 MPs if possible.
You generate new names.
I thank you, gentlemen.
The word I know.
I thank you, and I put that question to the. Do you think the MPs have done the right thing by going to Obama, telling them not to give Narendra Modi a visa? Tell us what you think. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for joining me on that debate. Thank you.